Hey, market and financial news now. Some pundits say the Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana has an opportunity to announce his influence and deliver a growth budget in this year's midterm budget policy statement. After years of austerity, Godongwana delivers his first medium-term budget policy statement tomorrow. Others, however, say he won't really see big announcements regarding tax changes or any other policy changes. Now, whether or not it's likely to be more of an update or to get another view of what we can expect tomorrow, and possibly the national budget speech in February next year. Miyelani Mkhabela is a chief economist at Antswisa, who Transaction Advisory. He joins us now. Very good evening to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us. So just let me hear from you in general. Do you think there is room to maneuver, or is it too early to think that there can be tax breaks or even policy changes, given that there are fears of another COVID-19 wave and possibly result in lockdowns?
Thanks, and viewers. What the former minister of finance has provided was the hope and the financial discipline that the economic cluster and other departments were expected to have. Which as well he is expected to move around that. And then when you look on the main budget, it was about 1.35 trillion, which is about 25.3% of the GDP. And then it was expected to rise to 1.52 trillion on the medium-term budget. So from that premise, I don't expect him to do a lot of changes, but on economic development, I think if the country can focus on the small wins, which are low-hanging fruit, it can be agriculture, and then they can focus on food security, and then food security, which is agriculture and agro-processing, and then they can as well look at allocation on manufacturing. I think that is practical, and it's something that we can think about. But if we need to present a lot of things, it cannot be really implemented in this short time. We need to look on things that are doable, and we need to look at
Okay, let's talk about what is doable. Some people are suggesting business-friendly policies. For instance, there is the issue of a balance, providing sufficient support to policies that bolster stable electricity supply alongside industrial development and remove any red tape that impact the ease of doing business. So what would you suggest along those lines? We are talking about Eskom at the moment, its impact on production and obviously livelihoods that are already in danger.
I think the issue of Eskom has been clarified a while. So in terms of renewable energy, private companies are allowed to have a better size of energy production. So it doesn't need him to come up with a policy for that. It has been done already. I think we have 6 months while that is there. So not everything that needs to be done needs a policy, because South Africa has good policy. The issue is just implementation. So, and hence I'm indicating on the small wins that are there. If the government has a good structure and we have investors that are willing to invest in South Africa, the energy mix, it will be good to implement. And I'm emphasizing the energy mix because I'm speaking about the energy mix that includes coal and renewable energy, because both of that are good for South Africa. And then when it comes to the industry directly, energy is the oxygen of each and every economy. So for that to happen, the manufacturing industry, agriculture and agro-processing are the critical priorities that the Minister of Finance, I believe, he has to focus for, because that at the same time, it can as well assist in the number of jobs that are needed. We have about 11 million plus of unemployed people. So agriculture, agro-processing and manufacturing has capacity to employ more people. And I think we can start from there. And then when we are waiting, we will then be focusing on other things. I don't think there is a miracle that he can do. Yes, you need to bring hope and for people to know that now he's the finance minister and then he will deliver. But there's nothing that will just change overnight. It won't happen.
All right. I was hoping that we'd have time to talk about various types of stimulus packages, including practical plans to stimulate infrastructure investment. But thank you so much for speaking to us, Miyelani, and just give us a sense of what we could expect. Miyelani Mkhabela is Chief Economist at Antswisa Transaction Advisory.